he's a little pretentious. He knows he's strong. He knows his skills. So he always thinks that he's going to resolve the thing very, easily. And he always protecting Laureline, saying, stay for backup, I'm going to go to the fire, kind of. And actually, he can't do it without her. He needs her. It's, they have to work. You're always stronger when you two than when you're by yourself, for sure. So, and he knows that. What's interesting in the film is there's a moment where, Laureline lost him, and she has to save him, and she's doing the job. But that just right after, he lost her, and he also has to do the job to find her and save her. And so they're very complementary together. And he's also a little, he's made by the rules. He's a military guy. So the rules are the rules, and you follow the rules. She's much more, she has a heart. So rules are good, but what about if you come to a situation where you have to be human? And that's where she's coming. Because otherwise, if she's not there, he will stick to the rules and probably take the wrong decision. But she's here to push him and say, work with your heart, not your brain for once, Laureline is different from Lilou from The Fifth Element, or, Matilda from Léon, or Joan of Arc. She's different, and I love that. I love to show women when they're strong. It's not just like one image. You can be strong different way. And Aung San Suu Kyi, the Burma's leader, is strong in her own way. And Joan of Arc is fighting with a sword, which is not Aung San Suu Kyi at all, but she's also fighting, with her femininity. And then Lilou is the supreme being. So it's also something different. She has all the power. Laureline is a kind of like normal girl. She's a cop. She's working. If we do the film today, it will be Starkey and Hutch, and she will play Hutch. Or Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but in space. So she study. She tried to, have a good position in life. She's a woman. She has her own, view on the thing, but she's normal in a way. We have to go back a long time ago when I was 10 years old, and there's this comic book every Wednesday. It was on the kiosk, as we say in France. And I have to wait every Wednesday to take this booklet called Pilot. And inside, I discovered the two first pages of the first album of Valerian when I was 10 years old. And I was like, oh my God, what is this thing? Especially Laureline, because at 10 years old, you start to get feelings. And then I think Laureline is probably my first love. I fall in love with her, and Valerian, I just want to be Valerian. I just want to be the hero. And so I really get involved since then, waiting every Wednesday to get two more pages. And then the first album, and then 29 albums after that. And I always been totally passionate. But what was interesting is I was passionate, but I never thought about making a film about it. I really have to wait The Fifth Element when I was working with Mézières. Mézières is the main designer from Valerian. He's the creator of Valerian and Laureline. And I met with him, and then he works on The Fifth Element. And then he was the one saying, why you don't do Valerian? Why you do this Fifth Element thing? And I never thought about it because it was just part of my childhood and my souvenir. And then, but then start to scratch my head and say, yeah. And I read the albums again, and it was not possible to make the films at all. I mean, the technology was not good at the time, and it's like aliens everywhere and worlds everywhere, and it was just impossible. So I put that on the side, and then it's way later. Then I start to think about it again, and then Avatar arrived, and Avatar makes everything possible.